Okay, everybody can hear me, I guess. My name is Morgan Ziba. I'm working for Spiideo. I'm the last one here. It's been a long day, very interesting in many ways. This is our third time we are here as well. My friend Alexis was here last year because I couldn't attend, but it's been very interesting. We are a video providing company, I would say. Um, and Yeah, I will go through very briefly who we are and a little bit about what the newest are for us in that sense. It's a lot of data driven things today. And what we are a little bit different compared to a lot of people say, we actually provide cameras as well to do that. So we can either do it just together with us, but we can also we work with Huddle, we can do sport contract, we can actually work with anybody in the industry, which is quite interesting because the higher up you go, the more stuff you have when it comes to that. But if you go down a level, that might be a little bit of difference, I would say. Short background on me, I have a professional background in football, soccer, so I'm not a ice hockey guy, but I've been brought up in academies and up to the first team and have a pretty good understanding of the industry. Been running Spiideo now for 5 years with ice hockey, I would say. I've learned a lot. I can't skate, but I learn a lot, at least for when it comes to that. Come into that. Very shortly, we are a Swedish company based in Malmö. It's founded 2012, but we started selling about 7 years ago. And now we're a little bit over 100 people. So we've had a pretty good growth, I would say, in that sense. Our segment is ice hockey, football. We're going into basketball, handball, stuff on there a little bit, and team sports, I would say. Mostly all over the world, but mostly in Europe and the US is the where we are growing the most, I would say, in that sense. We can go to this. A little bit of what we are doing in that sense. It's a cloud-based solution, so we can sit anywhere in the world, whenever we have access to internet, which is very, I would say, it's a big benefit in many ways. Sometimes you travel and you can't travel with the team, and you can still be here and you can still be working with everything you do. Our system is always live or with a little bit of a delay. We can also work together with other, like sports code, for example, without any delays, etc. So they can use our cameras that could do a little bit, might be doing some other things with different angles, etc., but still working with another tool for that. And that's totally fine for us in that sense. But we provide extremely good footage in that sense. But today with the data, it's amazing in many ways, but at the same time, if you can get footage to the data, it's even stronger to place that and tell that to the players. We also have a complete camera system portfolio. I will show you a little bit what that means, but it's like I can be as close as half a meter to the board, or I can be on the biggest stadium in the world. It doesn't really matter. We have cameras that provides all of that. Another thing that's quite strong with Spiideo in that sense, it's extremely user friendly. As we know, the more complex everything goes, the harder it's with. I know somebody talked about it before. If it's too complex, people won't even use it. In the highest level, you're a lot of people, but if you go down a level in that sense, or even in some of the teams in the higher level as well, you only have so much resources. So the easier the platform is, the better it is to do in that sense. We have kind of four legs, can you say that? There are four pillars that we go to. We have something called Spiideo Play. So today, when I'm doing my video analytics, I same time sending out the stream to the fans. So marketing and those guys can do whatever they want, provide and sell the game in that sense. And same time, the team is using on their performance analytics in however they want to do that. Spiideo League Exchange is the same thing. If you have a league, for example, anywhere you go, I can use the system wherever I go. So if I go, Frölunda plays Linköping, for example, Frölunda is using the system at Linköping today if they want to do that. Exactly like they do at home in that sense. We have just released a little bit of Spiideo Replay. It's a little bit what Huddle have at the same time for the referees. But today the referees are working in the SHL, Hockeyallsvenskan, the other Nordic leagues, except for the Finnish one, is using for the referees and also actually down together in Switzerland in that sense for the referees. So it's a little bit of both, a lot for the teams, but also a lot for referees and those things as well can use the system. that's gonna. So just what's quite nice when you come to indoor sports and ice hockey in that sense, we can have cameras kind of all over the place, and our cameras are always synced. So usually today when you get data, etc., you're using the camera, the TV feed mostly time. But the TV feed is great in many ways, but even at TV, they're kind of focused on what everybody else is focused on. It's where the puck is might be in the corner. We don't care about that. Anywhere we do, the whole scene is calibrated and you can watch whatever you want. So we are 50 people here in the room and we can look at 50 different things that happens in multiple angles at the same time if you want. At the same time, I don't even have to be in here. I can still be part of it anywhere in the world in that sense. So a little bit of the perform in that sense. It's a great analytic tool when you go down to training, for example. Today, a lot of focus on data and everything is games, but also practices. What you tend to do in practice, you tend to do in games. So when you do your practice on the highest level, you're working all about the details all the time. Here we have a system that I can be part of it online on the ice right away and giving feedback to the players. And if you go down to the under 18, 20s, 16, etc., there you're working on the details for them to help them to reach the next level in that sense. And then when they come up to the first team, you're working on details. You don't really educate those players because you buy them and do all kinds of other stuff. I have a lot of people here that uses us in that sense that probably can tell better stories than I can do in that sense. But a little bit of new things that I wanted to show today. The data is here. Why not? Can't we provide it as well? Together now with a big organization on the other side of the pond, we have now together with them brought up something we call ice hockey, out-to-date ice hockey 24, we call it in that sense. I will give you a quick tour in a little bit here and to do that. But the USHL for this season here will use our cameras in 6 or 7 different angles, and they will use our data on that thing. The great thing with that is it's presented by them, so everybody can get it in the league. It doesn't matter if you're home and away or you're not there as well in that sense. Here's some game events that we are tracking today. This is, as you all in the business here, it's an ongoing process. There's always stuff that you want to have more and more and more and more. But we keep it in Spiideo. We can also import other TV feeds, etc. If you want to do that, that's absolutely no problem to do that in that sense. But again, the platform is extremely user friendly, so you get used to it quite quickly. So I will show you a little bit on what we do. Let's see if I can do that here. You see, okay, let's see. So here we have a little bit of what this is here is we did a test with the Swedish under 20s on the Junior World Cup now in Gothenburg a few months ago. We did a test with them, and here you can see this is nothing that could be any how do you say? There could be any broadcasting, etc. We go forward a little bit. Starts. Let's go. So now we have something called an auto follow that follows in game, so I don't do anything at all. If something happens here, etc., I can actually take my finger on the screen and move away and look at whatever I want. And again, we're all independent of each other, so we can be as many as we want looking at different things. At the same time, I can switch the angle if I want to do that, and I can look at from this side if I want to do that. And again, all independent of each other. And you can add more cameras. So in the Danish league, for example, we have blue line cameras, we have goal line cameras, etc. It's just another thing that we're adding into the things in that sense. Out to the left here is where the fun part goes. Now you can see possession, shots, face-offs, etc. That's a very straightforward way, I would say. You can filter down to specific players or teams. You can see the active play of the player itself, which is you can see a game in a few minutes, just in a very short and nice way. In that sense, if I'm going to say active players, I want to go for the Swedish team. I want to say Palika. what's his name? Pelika. I can see he has 36 clips that I can look at here, and it comes direct into this different ones. If I want to see it, I can see it in double speed, so it goes much quicker. So here as a unit you can see it, but also individual each player. I can also go into see the shots. I can go specific one, New Orleans shots there. If I press that, we'll go straight into to see his shots and do that. Again, a lot of things that other things can do as well, but we have it in one platform, or we can import another some other footage in that sense. Afterwards, you will get a nice. See if I can get that. A nice here presentation as well with some facts or data in that sense. Very quickly demonstrating in that sense, but I know we're running a little bit late here. I'm going to be here tonight and tomorrow, so feel free to come and join me and ask me a little bit more about it. But it's, again, thank you for having me, and yeah, have a good night. I guess we're going to sit down in the panel now.